Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. My name's Jack and today we're discussing our transfer plans coming into double and blank game week 25, as there is lots to talk about the changes we're going to be looking to make to the teams and how we're going to plan for upcoming blank and double game weeks. If you guys are enjoying the FPL videos, drop a like and subscribe as it really does help out the channel, and also click that notification bell as well to stay up to date with all the future FPL videos coming your guys' way. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. So today we're going to have a look at how the team has got on in game week 24, discuss a couple of weak points in the team, and therefore have a look at some transfers that we're looking to make over the coming game weeks, and especially heading into game week 25. Overall, not a bad week in game week 24. It was looking absolutely terrible coming into the last couple of fixtures in game week 24, but fortunately for us, Rashford, Fernandes and Kane all provided returns. I think especially Bruno Fernandes putting up 12 points really did help us out. His ownership is just sitting at about 10% right now, so to have him put up a huge score really did help the rank and actually took us into a green arrow, despite only having 4 out of our starting 11 players return this week, as pretty much no one else did anything outside of Rashford, Fernandes, Odegaard and Kane. And also Akanji and Mahrez didn't get any minutes at all for Man City, which was very frustrating, especially considering that they were playing Nottingham Forest. It would have been a great chance for them to pick up some points. Unfortunately, they were both unable to do so, which did see Bamford and Andreas both come off the bench, who were originally sitting on the bench for our sides. Otherwise, just quickly have a look around the squad. Unfortunately, Arsenal couldn't get a clean sheet once again, as they have seen a slight dip in defensive form recently, and going for double Arsenal defense has not paid off at all for us so far. So that's potentially an area of the team that we could be looking to change, with White obviously having a double in 25. We'll look to hold those double Arsenal assets in defense there. But after that, potentially a good chance to move on those Arsenal players. Kieran Trippier also has blanked a couple of times in a row now. Bit uncharacteristic of how his season's gone so far, but I'm sure Newcastle can bounce back. And the new signing, Badiashile, could not provide a clean sheet. We did opt to go for a Chelsea defender. I was also looking at Dyer from Tottenham to go for a Tottenham defence, but unfortunately Tottenham got the clean sheet. Chelsea didn't. That did also add to the frustration quite a bit there. And then also, as we touched on in the midfield, Andreas did come off to blank, but pretty much everyone else in the midfield was very good. Rashford got himself a couple of goals. Fernandes picked up a couple of assists and triple bonus points, which was nice to see. And Odegaard was also able to get an assist plus triple bonus, which did really help out the rank there as well. And Kane also got an assist up top for us. Haaland also blanked on captaincy, so if we did have Rashford on captain, would have been absolutely flying this week. Would have seen a huge green arrow. So there was definitely potential for a lot more points this game week, and there was a lot of frustration after the first 7 or so games of this week, but good to see Fernandes produce the goods in the last couple of games in game week 24, putting out the double-digit return, and Kane finished off strong with an assist. So this week we did score a total of 55 points. The game week average was 44, which has seen us take around a 100k green arrow to just outside that 1 million mark at the minute, and we have scored 1,429 points this year. And let's have a look at some players that we're looking to get out of the side and some transfer plans that are coming in to game week 25. So the first player that we are looking to replace is a Man City asset and Akanji. As we touched on, both Akanji and Mahrez didn't get any minutes in the most recent Premier League fixture against Forest. I am going to pay attention to how the Man City side lines up in the Champions League to dictate whether or not I go through with this transfer of getting out Akanji or Mahrez, as obviously Man City do face Bournemouth this week, and that's obviously a very good fixture to have, especially in a blank game week where a couple of teams do miss out. To have a good single game week fixture of Bournemouth definitely could be worthwhile having the Man City players in the team. But if Akanji does start in the Champions League, I think it's a high chance that he's a player that I'd be looking to get out of the sides. Also Riyad Mahrez as well, another player that's on the chopping block. I think it's key to look out for whether he plays in the Champions League or not, because obviously he got rested against Forest now. So with those minute inconsistencies occurring with Pep rotating the squad, I just don't want to have too many Man City players in the team. And that's why I am looking to get rid of both Akanji and Mahrez. As far as Akanji replacements go, there are quite a few good options right now, with Kilman, Robertson and Tarkowski, 3 players that I've got my eyes on. All 3 do double in game week 25, which does make them a lot more tempting, especially in the near future. Max Kilman's got Fulham and Liverpool both away. Obviously looking to target that Fulham fixture where hopefully Wolves can record a clean sheet away in that game. Liverpool, obviously a more difficult one from a defensive standpoint, but Max Kilman has put up 6 clean sheets so far this season, so the Wolves defence definitely hasn't been the worst, and they do have quite a good expected clean sheets figure of 7.21, so Wolves perhaps a bit unlucky not to have more clean sheets than they have so far this year. And also at 4.4, a really good price for a nice starting defensive asset. In a similar boat to Tarkowski as well, and a very, very cheap player that's getting consistent starting minutes for their side. And two defenses that have been in pretty good touch recently with a good double gaming this week. Before we talk about Tarkowski, let's have a look at Andy Robertson. He's probably my favourite Liverpool asset in defence to have right now. Obviously, Trent Alexander-Arnold will be a popular pick. Van Dijk will also be a popular pick at a little bit cheaper than Robertson and Trent, but he should get good at consistent minutes now that he's back into that Liverpool side. But for me, Andy Robertson, he's got a very good set of underlying numbers, got a great XA of 4 there, which is one of the highest amongst defenders so far this season, and he's also put up 5 assists, which is a figure that does rank towards the top amongst defensive assets this year. And Liverpool's defence in terms of clean sheet tally has improved quite a bit recently. That was the main thing that I was concerned about with getting Liverpool defenders in, whether or not they were able to record clean sheets, and that was a concern that I did address in a video a couple of weeks ago now. But good to see Liverpool pick up a couple of clean sheets in their last few games. And with Crystal Palace away and Wolves at home as a double in 25, a great chance for at least one more clean sheet. Really want to target that Wolves at home fixture as well. Wolves haven't scored too many goals this season. That Liverpool defence will be keen to hit back after Wolves beat Liverpool 3-0 in their recent fixture. And Crystal Palace as well, also a pretty decent fixture from a defensive perspective. And that is why Robertson does have quite a high predicted points for double game 25 with 9.3, and with a player of just a 6.2% ownership right now, could be a very good differential to have in defence. So he's a player that we do have the funds to be able to go Akanji up to Robertson right now. That could definitely be a move worth making. And Tarkowski as well, another good cheap option at just 4.3. He doubles this week, a great chance to have him on the side with Aston Villa and Arsenal. Everton's defence is looking a lot stronger on the Sean Dyche as well, coming off a clean sheet last week. They've now made it a couple of clean sheets in their last few games, and Aston Villa at home, probably the better fixture in this double game, which you want to be targeting for a clean sheet there for Everton. So another good option there. He also got pretty good goal threat from corners as well. His XG is 1.8, which is not too bad for a centre-back. He did have a couple of decent chances in recent weeks from corners, and especially in his most recent match as well. Nearly picked himself up a goal from a corner, so that's also another route to returns that we could see Tarkowski get. So if I wanted to drop Akanji down to a cheaper option, Tarkowski and Kilman are there at 2 very good options at a cheap price with double game weeks, and Robertson probably my preferred premium option right now as far as Akanji replacements go. And let's have a look at some Fernandes replacements. Now, obviously, Fernandes did us very well in last game week with 12 points, picked up 2 assists, and got triple bonus. But I think now is the right time to get him out, as he does blank this week, then face Liverpool away after that, and has a good chance of blanking in the next couple of blank game weeks coming up, whether that's 28 or 32. Potentially a side that you'll be looking to ship out some players from, despite their good form recently. And considering there is quite a lot of good replacements for Fernandes at the minute, he's definitely a player that I'm looking to get rid of from the side. The first one, namely being Mo Salah. He is a player that I'm really looking to get into the teams this week. A player that's found some form recently in the last couple of matches, provided 2 consecutive returns for Liverpool. And with Crystal Palace and Wolves, a great chance to have those Liverpool assets in the team. Plus, the good thing is with Liverpool, they do survive most blank game weeks. They have a chance of missing out on blanking in game week 28, which could be worthwhile having the players. If you're not free hitting in 28, you want to have as many starters. Liverpool could potentially be a side that avoid that blank, and Liverpool also have a high chance of avoiding the blank in game week 32. So if you're not looking to free hit in 32, you're trying to set the team well for that game week, then having Liverpool players in the team, it could be the way forward. And Mo Salah, probably my favourite Liverpool asset to have right now at 12.6. Yes, he's a bit pricey, but I do think when he's at his best, he can definitely fill this price tag. He's put up 8 goals and assists, 8 goals, 6 assists so far this season. So not been his most clinical year in front of goal, and he actually hasn't quite met up to his XG with nearly 12 on his XG, despite only scoring 8 goals. So that's still showing that he is getting the chances for Liverpool. He just hasn't quite been as clinical as he has been in previous seasons. And if you just think about it, if you add 3 goals to his score here, that's an extra 15 points, plus a couple more bonus, then you're already, all of a sudden, you're looking at Salah being one of the highest scoring midfielders this year. So he is definitely getting the chance to score, and he does have the highest predicted points for double game week 25 at 11.1. So a player that I would be looking to get in the team. We only have around 1.8 left in the bank at the minute in our side. So if we were to go Fernandes up to Salah, we would have to free up some money elsewhere. So potentially looking to drop down a Kanji or Mahrez from Man City is probably my preferred transfer plan at the minute. Looking at some other good options though as potential Mahrez replacements here. Bowen and Gakpo, two very nice mid-price midfielders. Obviously we could drop Fernandes down to either of these two places as well if you didn't want to go for Mo Salah for whatever reason. I think Bowen's a great differential to have in the team as well. A player that I haven't seen too much discussion about, but West Ham do have a good chance of doubling in game week 29, plus they do avoid a blank in game week 32. Bowen has been a player that has alternated returns now in his last 8 consecutive games. He put up 16 points around 3 to 4 weeks ago, and he is actually coming into this game week as a game that he would be returning. If you're alternating returns and blanks, this week would be a week that you expect him to return. Obviously, that doesn't mean much in terms of FPL, but interesting to pay attention as to whether or not he can return against Nottingham Forest at home, which is a very, very good fixture. So I think it's good to keep an eye on that West Ham man there. And Cody Gakpo as well at 7.7, a player worthwhile looking at for Liverpool. Just a slight concern with rotation though, with Jota coming back into the team. Liverpool have that Champions League fixture coming up, then a quick 3-day turnaround to a Premier League fixture, then another 3-day turnaround to the second Premier League fixture. So there could definitely be some rotation there with Gakpo, especially with Jota coming back into the side. But he does have a good predicted points of a game week 25 with 7.7. So another player at a bit cheaper than Salah, which could be worthwhile having a look at in that Liverpool midfield. Thanks for watching today's transfer plans for blank and double game week 25. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, drop a like and subscribe as it really does help out the channel. And make sure those notifications are turned on so you guys don't miss any future FPL videos regarding this game week, and plus lots more blanks and doubles coming up in the near future. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.